class admin section is where you can find lots of information about your school's classes. First, let's look at our upcoming classes. This section shows me my upcoming classes, obviously, but also any current classes that are in progress right now. Here, I can see that the teacher and the student are in the class, and I can also see that the teacher arrived a little late. In this case, it's okay though, as the student arrived 1 minute after the teacher. Down here, I can see this month's classes, whether or not the class was cancelled, and I can see next month's classes here. Next up, let's take a look at the past classes section. Since these classes have actually taken place, we have a lot more information at our fingertips. I can search through the past classes by teacher, student, status, for example, classes where the student didn't show up, and by the date range. Again, I can see what time my teacher entered the class, what time the student entered the class, as well as what type of software and hardware they were using to access the classroom, which can be very useful for troubleshooting if there was a problem in this class. If the student left any feedback about the teacher at the end of the class, I'll see it here too. In this case though, there was no feedback. On the right hand side, I can see the homework and class review for this class, and I can access the class notes. Here in the middle, you'll see a class report column. At the end of each class, the teacher is prompted to write a short description of what they did. This is editable afterwards also, in case the teacher didn't have time to do it before their next class. Please note that this information is visible to the student also, which allows them to easily look back over what they've covered. We can also download this information as a PDF, CSV or Excel file, and I have these two export options, which actually give me a lot more detailed information than I can see just here. There are two different ways for the data to be formatted. The class teacher export shows me one line for each class, and the student attendance export shows me one line for each student in the class. This means that a group class would have multiple lines, for example. These exports are especially handy if you want to mess around with the data, as you can manipulate, filter, and delete info as needed on Excel or a similar app.